An emotional man, an angry, an emotional hatred, sensitive, soft man is a woman. Yeah, I know you clicked off. I know you about to scroll. I get it. I understand. But I love the truth and I just like talking about it. An angry, emotional man is a woman. It's a woman. Let me tell you why. You know how most women are like more emotional, they're sensitive, they're you've seen that in a man though. You've seen that, haven't you? You've seen a man be so emotional and just he acts just like a woman. Like, oh my God. Like, bro, get some balls. Like, bro, what? Yeah, it's real, man. Any man that has emotions is a woman. Okay, to be honest, realistically, obviously his form isn't a woman. But the way he thinks, the way he lives life, the way he deals with things is woman-like. Seriously. A person can say something wrong to you, or this, that, and the third. Oh, I don't like the way I don't like the way he said that to me. He said it in a wrong tone. Don't that sound like a woman? Don't that sound like a woman? That sounds literally like a that sounds like a pathetic man. Like, literally, it literally does. And most men look at your own life, your own father. I bet you your father is weak as a thin piece of hair because of how he deals with that. I bet you that's real. Most men are weak nowadays because of that. You know, literally. And I know most people think, oh yeah, well, you gotta have emotions because emotions are life. Chipotle is my life. No, emotions are like, they're here and there, they're up and down, they're left and right, they're this, that, and the third, they're over here, they're over there, they're this way, they're that. Why would you ever want to have emotions? Like, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. And you got to think of this. I'm gonna be real with this. Think of this. If the woman is like that, the woman she's naturally unnaturally like that, because realistically, women didn't used to be like that way before when the fall happened, the Adam and Eve thing. But women are like that now. Most women are like that. Yeah. What I'm about to say, yeah. Women are unnaturally, naturally like that, right? They have up and down things. The emotions are up and down. They got all this other stuff. But look at this. If the man is like that, why are y'all like in a relationship? What are y'all doing? Like, what is going on? Like, realistically, like, that's a lesbian relationship. Like, at this point, it's a lesbian relationship because who's helping each other? Who's overcoming? Like, what's guiding? What's going on? Like, what are y'all doing? I really don't understand that. That's one thing I know. I understand a lot of things, but that thing I don't understand why people are together like that. Well, I do understand it, but I don't understand it. Let me say that. But I see a lot of that. That's like, I would say that's like 99.999.999.9 relationships in this world today. Emotional man and emotional woman are together and they're just living and freaking. They're partying up with Satan. Hey. They're having a hoot nanny of a time down there in hell. Because emotions are literally from hell. They literally are. You can ask any woman what she deal with on a daily basis, bro. Just regular stuff. She deal with all this stuff. People saying this about her and all this other stuff, and she reacting to it. That's how women, that's how they act. I get why they act like that, but that's just how they act. That's how they act. But imagine if a man came through, he's not suppressing his emotions, none of that crap. He just knows how to, he understands them. He understands them. He understands that those emotions aren't him. Those are things that just live within them. That's the hell within the man and in the woman as well. But that's just, he understands that. If he understood it in a correct way, he will know, he will lead the woman out of that. He will lead the woman out of her hell, out of that stuff that she go through on a daily basis. But if the man is just like that, y'all, I don't know what y'all got going on. I really don't know what y'all got going on. And like I say, I used to see this within myself. Like, who I am now, bro, I didn't used to be like this all the time. Like, obviously, I had moments where I weak as hell. I was very, very weak. And I didn't know how to deal with what's going on within me. So it makes no sense how I would deal with that in somebody else. So I would go about life doing what I thought was right. And literally it wasn't. Because it doesn't make sense to be in a relationship if you don't know how to, if you don't understand what's going on within you. Because if you don't understand what's going on within you, I'm telling you, 100% you're not going to understand what's going on with everybody else. You're going to react the same how you're going to react when you have it within yourself. 100%. So a man having emotions and like he's reacting the same way as a woman, that's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. It don't even make sense. It don't even make sense. Because where are y'all going? Where are y'all getting better? Are y'all just dealing with it? It's sick. Because a man is supposed to be, most men nowadays are weak, but men are naturally supposed to be the light, the salt of the world. They're supposed to be those men that because most men are supposed to live off of the light, the truth. But their world is turned all the way around. Their world is turned around. Because most men were real men. These are real men. Real men live from this order of God. There is God. You can put Jesus in there. You can put God, Jesus, man, woman, children. If that order is twisted, if the kid is over, if all that stuff is twisted around, even one thing out of place, your life is not, it's not going to work. Your life is not going to work. Sorry, my phone, I don't know, it fell. But look, most men live from this other order. There's this other order that I'm telling you, most people live like this. And I'll say 99.99999 people live like this. There is this other order. There's Satan. Then there's woman. Then there's man. And then there's children and all the hell that come with it. It's like that. And probably all other way. I don't know. But it's not what the real order is. And that's how most people are living nowadays. I'm telling you, the most toughest, roughest dudes that I've met in my life are weak. I'm telling you, you can think about, I'm talking about the toughest, roughest dude you can think of. The toughest, roughest, meanest dude you can really think of. And you think that he's like, you think he the shit. But in reality, he is miserable. He's weak. He's emotional. And he doesn't know how to deal with the hell that goes on inside him every second of the day. He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how. He doesn't know. He just appeases it through the woman. He appeases it with other things in life. He appeases it with materialistic things. He thinks the status is the way his life is supposed to be. He thinks having all the girls and all that stuff is meaningless to what it truly is to live the real life. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's crazy how that sounds, but seriously, none of that stuff it's meaningless. None of that stuff doesn't mean anything to how to deal with that crap. Seriously. And it's just crazy. It's really crazy, but you can see that in a lot of people. A lot of people. A lot of people. Realistically, men, you can see that a lot of men that like they're just really emotional. Like you could just say one thing about him and he just I'm like, God damn. What the hell? What the hell is going on with you, boy? You tweaking. You know what I'm saying? That's most men that could be, man, they could be sitting there just mad. Just mad at nothing. That's literally how the woman, she wake up, you know how, you look at this, you know how a woman, she wake up from her bed, she wake up from sleep and she just mad at the world. Hey, men are just like that, bro. They dealing with the same thing that the woman dealing with. That's why it's just say that women, an emotional man is literally a woman. Because how women live their life is generally through their emotions and through their thoughts and all those other things. But if a man is doing that, that's very abnormal. It's generally abnormal for the woman to do that because women can live through the light too. You know, realistically, they really don't need these men nowadays. Because men right now, man, it's men right now, it's like finding a needle in a haystack times 50, times 100, times 1,000. Because most men are weak. They're weak, so you can't depend on a man no more. I'm sorry, ladies. Sorry about that, ladies. But you can't depend on no man no more because he's not going to guide you the right way. His guidance is trying to get up in them pants. He's trying to get the cookie. That's his way of his dominance. I don't know, but that's not the way. You know, that sex stuff is just sex. Sex is just sex. You know, but really guiding and really showing the woman the way and like, oh man, it's something totally different. But most men will live off that. And my question is for the ladies, why would you want a man that is just like you? Why? Why would you ever want a man that is just like you? He emotional just like you and all this other stuff. Why? You know? But in real reality, most women that get into relationships like that, and that's probably like majority, is because they can control the man. They can really control him. They can show him, not really show him, they just control him. They hate him so much that, because in real reality, women hate the weakness in a man if they're really weak. So they can control the man. They can do whatever they want to him because he's emotional. He's emotional. And they can do whatever they want because they understand it more because that's how they live life. They understand it more. But men that live like that are very abnormal. So they understand like how to manipulate. They understand what to do. They understand how to do things, because women are more prominent to that. Am I lying? Let me know if I'm lying. I love to work on myself. I love criticism, but it's the truth, And a man that's emotional, you could tell him like, hey bro, like what's going on with you, bro? This, that, and the third, and he'll react just like the woman. He'll react just like her. Try it out. Try it out with you know that friend that you got. You know that brother or sister that you got. You know, I'm not brother or sister, but you know that friend that you got. Talk about what's real. Talk about what's real in life and see how they react. And you know what I mean by real. Tell them the truth. See how they react. Does it resemble something? Does it resemble your old crazy mama? Does it resemble that crazy ex that you had like two weeks ago? Come on, man. It's sad. Not like this emotional sad, but I'm just saying, it's just sad. But seriously, man, it's crazy. It's crazy how like they're like that, and they live their lives just accordingly to that because they think they are. They think that's real life. It's really not. You're literally just living in hell. Because guess what? That woman, I mean that man that's emotional, he's this, that, and the third. Every night, that man cries. May not be no tears. It may not be no tears and sobbing, but he's crying within his mind. He's crying within his soul. And he knows it. Oh, crap. He knows it. He knows he's crying. He's miserable and just all that stuff. He knows he is, but, you know, he's got to put on this, I don't know. Realistically, you really don't have to put on like a little front. You could drop it today if you really wanted to. But most men are not going to do that. Most men are siding with the woman. Like most men will rather have a woman leading them than a man would. Seriously. It's sad. Most men will make decisions off of just a woman say. For real. Most men will move across the country just because the girl can just say, I don't like the way you feel in Florida. What? Most men won't even take jobs like because of that, because of the woman, because of how she feels and all this sort of stuff. Because guess what? He's in tune because of how she feels. Why would you ever care about how some person feels? Feelings are up and down, left and right, turn around. They don't do anything. If you make decisions of how you feel, you're not working right, bro. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. You know? You make decisions off what's right. What's generally it makes sense, you know, it's common sense. That's how you make decisions. But yeah, you know, it's crazy because what I'm talking about is real. You can really see it in a lot of people. A lot of people. And realistically, once you come to see that you're like that, you'll be able to see it in everybody. You'll be able to see it in everybody. But let me know if I'm wrong. Emotional man is just like a woman. I mean, they're literally split image. They're just the same. Like, I can't see a difference. I can't. Because real men are not emotional at all. They don't have anger. They don't have this up and down stuff. They don't have none of that stuff. They're even, very, very even. They're not up and down. They can deal with situations like this. It don't matter what it is. They can deal with problems and everything. Deal with other emotional people. They can just deal with them just like this. Because they understand. Because they understand. And they have common sense. And they have, they're literally guided by God. That is a real man. This little stuff that people are dealing with, bro, no, that's not a real man. None of that stuff. It's really not. It's not. But yeah, so, you know, video is almost 20 minutes, and I'm not doing no more edits and stuff. Probably like, I might, I don't know, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. It's pretty much it. Man, but you gotta wake up, man. Come on.